Yeah, hi everyone. So today show is Sell Like Her. Sell Like Her podcast is dedicated to inspire and empower women to pursue an excellent sales career by filling the gender gap to live to the fullest of her potential and to achieve financial independence. I'll be interviewing amazing successful women sales leaders, business owners, CEOs from India and around the globe where we discuss their sales journey, their challenges, their wins, and much more. So I'm happy to announce my today's guest, Nancy Calabrese. Hi, Nancy. Welcome.
Hello. Glad to be
Okay.
on. Thank you.
Thank you. So, a little bit about Nancy. She have more than 30 plus years experience. I think you are the first guest who have so many years of experience.
Oh, that then I must be the oldest.
I didn't say you
Yeah, no,
said.
I did.
Okay. So Nancy is a CEO and founder of One of a Kind Sales. We going to talk more about it, and she's also an author of this the Insight Sales Solution: How to
Mhm.
Build and Manage a Team of Outbound Prospectors and Take Back Control of Your Lead Generation. So tell us about how the sales started for you, Nancy, because I know that time it's really tough, right?
Uh, yeah. All right. So I am dating myself, but when I was a young adult in my 20s, I was always told you would be great in sales. And I finally made the decision to try it. I was horrified, and I joined the wacky world of headhunting or recruiting. And those days, uh, all you had was a phone like this. There
Hmm.
were no faxes. There was no computer. There were no
Oh my
emails.
God.
You looked at the yellow pages. And my biggest fear was I wasn't ever going to get any clients. And I had to pick, I decided to pick a specialty. And I recommend that for anyone going into sales because I wanted to be known in a certain business segment. And I picked insurance. I knew nothing about insurance except that I needed car insurance. And so, what I learned, I guess, about everybody's got a skill that they're naturally good at. And my skill was getting owners of businesses to tell me and teach me about insurance. And I did that through asking questions. So, fast forward, um, I had that business for many years. I grew the practice. And then back in 2008, I had a client, and we had done a lot of placements with them and placed a lot of salespeople. They asked me and my team to build an inside sales department for them because the one thing those reps hated doing was picking up the phone, making a call.
Hmm.
So we did that. And we scheduled, I had multiple people working the account, but we scheduled 300 appointments that first year.
Oh my God.
And I know. And after the second year, I said, this is too much fun. I realized there's a real great void in the business community for this type of support. And so I opened One of a Kind Sales 11 years ago and never looked back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Such a tough time. And now we have so many facilities, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nowadays, when you think about it, it was grueling to have to build a lead list. Took forever. And now it's a click of a button. So, um, for all of you listeners, I encourage that, in order to keep meeting your goals, do the activities that you can control. And one of the most cost effective way of generating new business is through the phone. Whatever phone, the VoIP phone, your cell phone, is having a conversation that will move into new business. So
I want to understand, cold calling is just to make a first call or also to have the continuous follow up call?
that's a great question. So uh, when I think of cold calling, it's really to schedule the qualified appointment. So we don't know who's going to be on the other end. Um, and our job, and we study this, is to match the communication style of the person on the other end. I don't know, Tilaga, if you know DISC. Have you heard of DISC?
Desk.
DISC?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yes,
have.
desk.
Okay. So DISC is a communication style. And people fall into typically one of the four quadrants. Dominant. So somebody who is dominant would speak quickly, bottom line me to the point. There's no fluff. Then you have, and I always forget the influencer, the I. And those are people that are social. They enjoy the networking, the gift of gab. It takes longer to get to the point with those people. And by the way, most salespeople are influencers, believe it or not, and um, very few are D's. Um, S is the steady Eddie person. They usually, you'll find them in caregivers,
Yeah.
HR, and they like to make decisions based on group consensus. And then you have the C, compliant, very detail oriented. They want numbers, they want facts, and they take the longest to make a decision. So I'm sharing that with you is because we study it and we have to become whoever they are on a disc profile, which kind of makes it fun as well. And because we study selling each and every week, we train our team to be even better at what they do. We're a big believer in consultative sales versus features and benefits.
Great.
Yep.
That's a great tips for everyone. The statement of cold calling. I want to know, especially from you, because you are expert in cold calling, like what do you think whether the women are better in cold calling? Do you think so?
Not necessarily, no.
No?
I think both men and women, if they're um, if they have the right passion, can be equally as successful. I have both on my team. Um, Not everyone is suited for this part of the selling channel. Remember, cold calling or outbound prospecting is a channel that is often disregarded and not implemented in many organizations. It is the most challenging part because most people don't want to hear no.
Hmm.
But here we take a no as, yay, I'm getting closer to my yes. We don't personalize the no because it's a business no. It's not a no to you
Yes.
individually. Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
most most people will probably say it doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because you're not practicing it. You're not doing it every day. You know, like any actor or actress, you start with the script. You memorize the script. You internalize the script. And when you go to the movie and you see your favorite actress on the screen, you have no idea. You don't even think about the script, but that grounds them. Same in what we do. We start with the script. And because we do it every day, all day long, yeah, we're going to be more skilled at it. And we know if we stick to it and do all of the right activities, we're going to hit our goals. And for anyone that is not doing this, I can guarantee you're leaving money on the table. That's really what happens because if you're not doing it, somebody else is doing it. So, going back to your question, a male or a female, I think Gender doesn't matter. It's your dedication to study, to get trained, to get out of your comfort zone and try new techniques. And as I said earlier, practice, practice, practice.
Okay, that's nice. So, skill is important, not the gender.
Yep.
And coming to the next question, like how your journey has transferred, like transition time between your, corporate or a 9 to 5 job to the business.
Um, my journey meeting that what do I do? What I do, how does that transfer into my personal life? I love that. That's a great question. It does. Human beings have to communicate with one another. The fact that we're disc trained has allowed me to get my daughter to do things she wouldn't naturally do because I know her communication style. And I speak to her the way she wants to be spoken to. Um, people, many people say they hate sales, they're not in sales. And I would challenge that everybody's in sales. Everybody asks or wants something to happen and they want it to happen their way. So by communicating in a way that people enjoy listening to, you're going to be more apt to get what you want in life. And it's
100%.
funny, Talaga, that you brought it up because we had a group meeting not long ago, and I said, "Do you guys realize how your lives have changed?" They all agree that they use the techniques that we're trained in.
Very true. I totally agree. My husband always he wants me to negotiate because I'm
Yep. Yeah.
see this cold calling. We are coming back to that same topic. Cold calling. What do you think would be an ideal conversion rate so that people will not get rejected? Is it
Oh my
10%, 20%?
goodness. Excellent question. It My only answer to that, it depends on so many different factors. All right. Um, the larger the company, the lower the conversation rate is. It's just a fact of life. The quality of the lead list is important. If you have incorrect numbers, that's a problem. It slows the call process down. If you navigate to going back to the larger company, you're going to probably have to get through executive assistants and gatekeepers to get to that party. If you are targeting an industry that is highly saturated, for instance, insurance is a vertical for us. We get fewer appointments because there are so many other agents vying for the same business. And also, in their case, uh, renewal dates are critical. So often we have a list, we don't have the renewal date. And if they just renewed in May, they're not going to want to have a meeting with our
Mm,
client. So that matters. The smaller the company, typically, the easier it is to get a decision maker on the phone. That said, at the time of the call, we have no idea what their needs are. They could very much be in your target. They will probably be using another party, and they could be really happy with them, or a family member is providing what you can offer. So it's really so hard to give you a number, and I hate doing that. I won't do that with my clients. Another factor is if we are calling those leads for the first time, we're going to have fewer conversions because they haven't heard from us. And that's why you have to have a plan in place throughout the year so that you're in front of these prospects. We do it here 4 times a year, each time for a 4-week period. So I hope that answered your question as
yeah,
honestly as I could.
100%. And my next question is about your book. the inside sales solution. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I had that written, I don't know, a couple of years ago. So one of our core services, we call it call center in a box. What is that? Many organizations, and smartly so, have inside sales reps making appointments for their sales team. And what often happens is they are not properly coached in technique, in just basic sales conversation. And additionally, they don't have a system in place so that the leadership can evaluate metrics. Are they making the dials? How many conversations are they having? How many appointments are they converting? They have some metrics to go by. And so in this book, one of a kind, the inside sales solution here, let me show you. What we talk
Great.
about is a do it yourself. And sorry about that. It's free. There's a free download on my website
Oh,
for,
okay.
yeah, for any of the listeners that are curious. And it just, you need metrics. You need to know who your performers are. You need to know who are having the issues. Can we coach this person? And as in all fields, you need to have continual training and education to keep the quality of your team where you want it to be.
Great. Can you tell your website ID, Nancy?
Sure. My website is one of a kind sales, all one word.com.
Great. Okay. So coming to one of a kind sales. So what exactly it is, Nancy?
One of a kind sales?
Yes.
We could just summarize. Well, we excel at what most people hate doing. We love cold calling, and typically, um, when we're in front of key executives, we hear that they are frustrated. They don't have enough qualified leads in their pipeline, or they are annoyed. They have a sales team that is not picking up the phone, leaving money on the table. And then finally, they're concerned they're not going to hit their new business goals. So we come in as their inside sales managed system, if you would, inside sales engine, and we do everything from data management to creating the scripting to actually launching the campaign and setting qualified appointments at the right time. So we do cold calling. We love cold calling so our clients don't have to do it.
Great. Okay. Now coming to inside sales,
Yep.
Nancy. I want to. It's my perception. Correct me if I'm not, if I'm wrong. So, I want to bring more and more women into friend sales. Okay.
Okay.
I believe that they have all the qualities to be in friend sales, to travel and to speak out to the customers. But number one, they themselves do not have confidence, to move forward. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, even the organization do not have confidence to, to give them friend sales opportunity. The job opportunities in India for a saleswoman is too low. Okay. So what it's my belief system is if they go to a inside sales first, okay, to make some cold calling, to close some calls, prove the company that they also can do sales, then
Hmm.
then they can go to the next step of friend sales. Because directly jumping into friend sales, they may not find that kind of opportunity. So what is your opinion, Nancy?
I know that companies all over the world struggle finding good salespeople, and mindset is really, really critical in any position, but especially in sales. Um, you Sales is just a form of communication, and if you are trained the way we are trained in consultative selling, it takes all the pressure off of you as a salesperson. And I'll give you an example. Most salespeople historically have been trained doing features and benefits. Hi, my name is Nancy Calabrese, and my company is One of a Kind Sales. We're going to get you a lot of appointments, so let's schedule a time to speak. That's features and benefits. The way we approach it is deliberately different. And, Talaga, hi, this is Nancy Calabrese. We don't know each other. I'm not sure you're the person I need to speak with, but if you give me 30 seconds, I'll let you know why I'm calling. And at the end, after, go through what I can do, and it's usually 3 bullets, you stop and you just say, is any of this relevant and worth a conversation? That's it.
Wow.
Um, the questions that you ask are the same questions, for each and every call. If they indicate they have an issue, oh no, well, tell me more about that. Gee, how long has that been going on? I mean, what is that doing to you? You want to elicit emotion and empathize, and then you pivot to the appointment. So to answer your question, I think there's a lot of opportunity in the business community for women, as you say, to do inside sales. The key in inside sales, since you're going to be over a phone, is your tonality, your accent, especially if you're interested in, English speaking countries. It's just, you have to be fluent in English. But if you
Okay.
have all of those skills, there's so many postings on, I think you can go to Upwork, uh,
Mm-hmm.
people looking for skills like that.
Great. Okay. And one question come from the audience related to
Hmm.
this: how a typical Indian can sound with good tonality in US accent?
Um, I'm I have people all over the world working for me. I have somebody in India working for me. I have people in Pakistan and Egypt. And it's just the clarity. Like, we all have accents. You hear my accent, right? Um, I can't 100% answer that until I hear the sound. You know, some people speak with a real southern accent here, and other people speak more like me, like the Northeast. It's just the clarity. It's not so much the accent, but can we understand what's being said? I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. I hope Subiksha also I got the answer for her. So
Okay.
you talk about tonality and accent, Nancy. Do
Hmm.
you have any tips for people to be better? Is there any practice they have to do to be better in tonality?
Well, I would recommend just taking a script, record it, and listen to it. Listen back to it. Share it with an accountability partner, somebody that you trust, that will be honest about how you sound. Uh, you have to have also, here's another thing in inside sales, you have to sound as if you're smiling. They have to hear your passion, your enthusiasm in your voice. And For example, I had my team do sample call recordings. I mean, they know the script inside and out, and I had to send a couple of them back and said, change your tone. It's all in the tone, and in the passion behind the voice. I don't know if
Hmm.
that's helpful.
I understood. I always say, if customer wants to buy your product, he first should like you more than the product or service.
They're buying you. It's
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
yeah.
you want to earn their trust, and you earn their trust by asking good questions, by empathizing, by repeating what you've heard. And when you do get a no, not personalizing it. No is not now. Okay, down the road, we'll get you.
And you talk about the yentu. I also believe in you're actually transferring your energy, your feeling to your prospect.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's a great way.
your positive energy, your vibes, when it transfer to your prospect, he feels
Yep.
good, he feels comfortable talking with you more.
Yeah. Oh, I love that analogy. Very good. Yeah, it's your energy. It's your phone presence.
Yeah, being focused, being 100% with the customer, and wanting to serve him or her. I
Yeah,
think that's more important.
cool.
Okay, and one more thing is like, see, my passion is I want to bring more and more women
Mhm.
community into appointment setting so that they can get lot of a commission or kind of a pocket money at least.
Mhm.
How about picking up housewives, training them, because you don't believe after the marriage almost 50% the count of career coming down, okay,
Yep.
for a woman in
Yep.
India. I don't know in your country. And after baby it is almost 75% down.
Mhm.
This is the scenario. And after they have a baby, either they do not have confident to again come back to to the career, or the family is not supporting, but they have that guilty feeling, oh, I'm not working, I'm dependent, you know I have a lot of potential but I'm really not able to prove. Those kind of guilty feeling women housewives are having it. But my passion is, at least if they earn at least small amount of money every month, at least for their own expenses, they feel
Yep.
good. That gives some kind of a satisfaction,
Sure.
confident in them.
Yeah. Um, I have, I'm just thinking, 2 people that work with me, that are housewives. They have family and they're still working. So I say, it doesn't matter, um, if you have different experience. If you're skilled to do appointment setting, that's an amazing skill. We have the ability to have people work from their home, office. And because you're on the phone, it doesn't have to be a formal setup, except when you're client facing. And there are tricks now with Zoom, you can black out your background and so on. So I think it is an easy way to add income. And I go back to, get your people to go to Upwork, and look at the opportunities there. If you're skilled, um, that's a gift. Look for a company that will train you and provide you additional sales training and coaching. That's ideal, especially if you're in a no business, right? You want to keep the culture good. You want to keep the employees motivated, like, um, the no is getting me closer to my yes, have that kind of a mindset.
Okay, so that is good. So, because why I asked this question is, in India, appointment setting role and all is negligible. It's yet to come, because what is happening in India, all the companies they have the appointment setters called as sales coordinator or a customer support service. So within the office, the employee does all this. There is nothing called appointment setter where the company can outsource it. Maybe down
Okay.
the line, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, this may come. This concept like appointment setter, closer. As of
Right.
now, it's very very less. I can count the company who have such, similar to one
Really?
of a kind sales. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So many doesn't know what is appointment setup. That's the scenario here.
Okay. Well, again, there are opportunities all over the world for people that are interested in setting appointments. And setting appointments is simply having a conversation with a stranger to determine, are they going to be a good fit? And that's really all we do. What I love, again, if you're breaking into sales, is you don't have to see that person. If a call goes sour, okay, you don't have to call them back. And you will get people that are nasty. But if you have a well written script and you practice it and you internalize it, you'll get very few hangups, if any at all. People like listening to themselves.
Wow. There is one more question.
Sure.
How Indians can get opportunity in US as an appointment setter, and what should be they prepared for being good in appointment setting? I think one you've answered, Upwork.
Um, you know, Great question. I can tell you this. For my company, I hire people that have had experience already in outbound calling and dialing. All right. I take my people through an interview process. So they have to pre record a script, a read through of the script that we use, and then complete a candidate information form. And that form is a series of questions. And I want to get a sense of what their experience has been so far. If those two items are good, then I pass the candidate on to my recruiter, who will do a Zoom interview, and then she will come back to me with her recommendation. Um, so I'm looking again at what should they be to be for being good in appointment setting is just keeping your skills strong. Another factor that we look at is how many dials per hour a caller is making. Uh, we do not believe in doing a lot of research when you're cold calling, because you're more likely going to get in voicemail, and that's a waste of time. So we expect our dialers, our callers, to average about 20 dials an hour. And that's manageable.
Yeah.
Good question.
Okay. And we're almost in the end of the podcast. What is your advice to women in sales?
You ladies are the best. Be persistent. Do the behaviors that you can control time and time again. Have a system in place. You'll continue to find success for sure.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And what is your daily routines about sales or on life? Because I believe personally routine is so important for anyone to become success.
Yeah. Uh well, my daily routine, I love what I do. So my first advice is find something that you love, because to me this is not work. The fact that I could appear and talk to an audience about something that I'm so passionate about, it just comes really natural. That's number one. Everybody starts their day with a routine. I walk my two dogs. And yes, I'm a Beatles fanatic. And so I listen to the Beatles channel every morning. And then I get my day going. What has really helped me, this is important. We all have, uh, we're morning people or afternoon people, right? I happen to be a morning person. So what I was advised, and this was great advice, is to do what you hate doing when you have the most energy, and save
Got it.
what you love doing when you're most tired, because that'll pick you up. Okay. It does really work. And when you
That's the best
schedule,
advice.
yeah, and when you schedule your day, put buffers in between each meeting. I broke my own rule today. Believe me, I'm going to be beat by the end of the day. But um, give yourself 15 minutes. I have dumbbell weights over there. I stand up. I do my weights. I walk
Okay.
around. Clear my head. And then, as it relates to sales, Make sure you have some kind of training as you go along. I don't care how many years you've been in business. You could always pick up a nugget or two.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Most of Indians I speak, they believe in their experience. Talking to customers, they learn.
Yep.
Talking to the colleagues, they learn. But I somehow feel that perspective has to be changed now, because now the competitions are more. You really have to upgrade your skills. For that, training, reading sales books are important, I feel.
Yep. Very important. Yep.
Okay, the last one. What is your secret of success?
Persistence, just not giving up. Just
Great.
yeah, you have a bad day, so you have a bad day. You just pick up and move forward. Moving forward.
Don't stop. Just move forward.
That's right. You have good questions.
Thank you, Nancy. It was nice talking to you today.
Yeah, I so enjoyed speaking with you. And if anybody is interested in reaching out to me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn,
Sure.
and or email me at Nancy@oneofakindSales.com. Here's
Sure.
to great prospecting day.
Thank you. And also, to have her book free download, you can go to her
My
website, one
website.
of a kind sales, all continuous
Yep,
without space.com.
you got it.
Thanks a lot, Nancy.
Oh,
Bye.
thank
Take
you.
care.
It was fun.
Yeah, take care.